My name's Paul Bevan, mortgage broker and investment property specialist. Now, today we're going to talk about my top 5 tips for negotiating a private sale. Already this year has been a huge start to the year with a number of people taking decisive action. So for those of you looking to purchase either your first home or potentially upgrading or downgrading, these are my tips for negotiating a private sale. Okay, so number 1, always give yourself room to move in the negotiation. Okay, so you never want to start with your best price. You always want to give yourself that bit of room to move up and negotiate through the process. The agent's job is to facilitate that negotiation, and they're going to be pushing you hard. So always give yourself that bit of room to move in the negotiation. Number 2, this is a really crucial one. During the negotiation, it's always wise to include some terms that you're willing to give up during the negotiation. So, for example, you might put in a condition of wanting a 120-day settlement, okay? You might only want a 30-day settlement, and most likely the vendor is going to want a fast settlement as well, but it gives you the ability to give up that condition, okay? So it makes it look like you're giving something within the negotiation, and you are, but it's something that is of not a great deal of value to you. But of course, it appears that way to the other party. Number 3, okay, what we're looking at here is always put an expiration date on your offer, okay? So what that's going to do is create a sense of urgency, okay? So for example, when you put in your offer, you might also state that the offer is only valid until 12 o'clock on Friday, okay? So again, that's going to create that sense of urgency for the vendor to respond to your offer. Otherwise, things can just drag out forever and a day. Okay, this is a really important one. I think you should always aim for a win-win scenario in a negotiation, whether that's property, business, whatever the case may be. I think it's very important to aim for that win-win scenario, okay? So you should always listen very carefully to the vendor's requirements and be prepared to meet halfway. I'm sure you would feel the same. If someone is, unwilling to negotiate fairly and look for, thanks for the hearts guys, and look for that win-win scenario, you're very quickly going to get your back up and not want to negotiate with the other party, okay? So I think it's crucial to always aim for a win-win scenario. Finally, and again, this is another very important one, I think you should always obtain professional advice before entering into a negotiation. Now, what that would entail, obviously, understanding what your borrowing capacity is. I mean, that's a crucial one, so you're not going over your limit during the negotiation. Do your research, speak to an expert, find out as much information as you can about the property, and that will enable you to value the property as accurately as you can, okay? So get as much information as you can. That could be, getting a valuation done, getting all your property reports done, finding out the recent sales, the comparable sales in the area, and really making sure you've got as much information at hand as possible. Having that information at your disposal is going to give you a strong negotiating position, obviously. And also you need to make sure that you've got the appropriate ownership structure in place before. Okay, thanks. Slight technical difficulty as always with Periscope. This is live, everyone. This is live. As I was saying, just make sure you've got the correct ownership structure in place before making an offer, okay? If a company or a trust structure or having the property in your wife's name or your partner's name is the most appropriate strategy, you want to make sure you sign the contract to that effect. There's no use finding out afterwards, after you've purchased the asset, trying to transfer it around. That's just going to incur more costs. Okay, so they're my top 5 tips for negotiating a private sale. If you are ready to take action, we do still have a couple of spots left. If you'd like to book an appointment, please feel free to give me a call on 0433 994 693.